And here are the pros. Richard Del Rosario, Jason Webb, and Miko Halili. Welcome to the Bro Show.
Yes! Welcome to the Bro Show! I think we're gonna have a great episode.
Yes!
Feeling ko lang gut feel ko lang.
Parang yung Bro Show ngayon, gumano, tumodo eh.
Feeling ko talaga itong Bro Show episode to,
Lagpas dun, no?
we are going to remember this for the rest of our lives.
And we've upgraded.
In fact, sobrang nag-upgrade tayo. We got rid of somebody. We got rid of Chard. Hindi ikaw. We got rid of... Wala si Chard. Chard's not here.
What, no more?
Wala, we got rid of him.
So it is the... What are we called now?
Bro Show pa rin. Bro Show pa rin. But of course, Bro Show is dapat tatlo kayo. Tatlo kami. So Jason's still here, obviously. I'm still here.
Yes.
And we recruited someone to replace Chard. And we are so sure. I'm like 1,000% sure all the bros out there are going to be happy with our choice.
Ako happy ako.
Ako rin. Ako happy ako. Si Pico, he's happy there.
He's happy.
Double thumbs up. Okay, so let's introduce the newest member of the Bro Show.
Yes.
Our permanent replacement kay Richard Del Rosario.
Every time you watch this episode, siya yung papalit kay Richard.
Yun. Wala na. So Richard, bye-bye. Wala na. Tanggal na siya. Sino magsasabi kay Chard? Natanggal na siya.
Diba na? Sila na mga fans na.
Okay, so let's introduce our guest, but possibly the newest member of the Bro Show joining us today from Game Plan TV, the lovely Miss Amanda Fernandez.
Woo! Sorry.
Grabe. Yeah, sorry.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
That was a nice intro.
No, thanks for having us.
Oh. Welcome to my show.
Okay, we'll talk about your show Game Plan in a bit, but just so people know, Amanda here is, you're wild for football.
I am.
You are. How deep are you into football?
I started football in MFS, as you know, Makati Football School, when I was 13 years old, so a little late. I joined because my brother and my sister were heavily into it, so I felt left out.
Younger, older?
I have an older sister and a younger brother, Enrique. So they were all about it, and every time they would play, I'd feel left out. So I felt the need to go to practice. I needed to prove myself worthy. And then I just continued. I played for several teams in high school, well, Assumption when I was there, and then IS, and I moved on to the US where I went to university, played club soccer for the University of San Diego, intramurals, pickup games with people from all around the world, so it was amazing. And then here, in 2011, I formed my own semi-professional soccer team called Sikat FC, so all women, and the age range is from about 17 to 29 years old, so we got bunch of different girls, and I've been managing the team for about 3 years now. And I'm really happy that football is actually starting to pick up in a very, very good rate.
Let's clear this first, kasi diba when you wear your kit,
right?
So it's SIKAT. Right. Is it Sikat or Sikat? Diba iba yun eh? Sikat.
Right. Yeah. I love the play on words. The reason why I chose the name Sikat, and if you check our logo out, it's a rising sun. It's pagsikat ng araw, so it's sikat. The accent on the I. However, when people look at it, they're like, what's that thing on top of the I? Sikat sila. So whatever floats their boat. I mean, it appeals to different people, but for me, I wanted to start a movement with my football team. It's very inspirational, I feel, to have a women's team compete in different tournaments, in different leagues here, and win. Because a lot of guys or even other girls out there don't know that women can actually play football. And when I got back in 2011, I was like, the ASGirls are super popular. What is this soccer boom everyone's talking about? Football. And sorry, I interchange football and soccer because of the US. But what the Ascals have done that I totally love is that they brought football to the masses. Now you don't only have the masses talking about Cardona or whoever their favorite basketball player is. Now they're speaking about Phil and James and the other football players. I bet they're talking about Schrock right now, you know, because he is such a good player. And so with that wave of excitement happening in the football world, I was like, the girls, the women can't get left behind. We have to step up. So I formed my team.
Do you know anyone else who just, you know, like, I want to form my own, like, football team. I want to form my own soccer team.
Can you form a basketball team for me?
So I can still play. So I can still...
Look, basketball is the #1 sport in the country. What I'm trying to do is develop the sport that I'm very passionate about. And they're different. Why don't you start your own basketball team? Why not?
Budget.
Hey, but I'm glad you mentioned that.
Sure.
You're happy about what the Ascals, how they've gotten people, you know,
Right,
they injected the football or football into the conversation.
Right.
Now, so everyone's talking about it. No, it doesn't matter. Hindi kailangan na football guy ka or football girl ka to you know, talk about it. Now, everyone's talking about the Ascals for not that particularly good reason because of recent events.
Right.
Your favorite player, Shrocky,
Oh my
he
gosh.
posted on Instagram you didn't want to play for the team anymore because of the
Yeah.
coach. Dennis Kagara, you tweeted more or less the same. And as a team owner, don't you feel like parang because we're in the age of social media, it is harder now to sort of manage a team and to tell players, can we keep things just within the locker room? Because everyone can tweet, everyone can post anything on Instagram nowadays.
Yeah, and one has to be very careful with how they act on and off the field this time. And I always tell my players, you know, if we have sponsors like Potato Corner, who's a sponsor of ours, Miter, you have to act accordingly because people are, you know, further down the line are going to associate Sikat with Potato Corner. And if you do something on the field, if you punch a player, you slap a player, you cuss a player, that reflects badly on the entire team.
Or if you don't eat potatoes.
Or if you don't eat potatoes. If you don't eat the Giga fries, what kind of Sikat player?
Bro, yung fries, bro. I don't...
Dami calories niyan, man. Wag yan.
May game tayo. Kain na, bro!
I actually watched the news and I saw that Neil Etheridge posted something on his social media and then Dooley was upset with it. And he's like, if you have a problem, talk to your coach. If you have a question, talk to your coach. Don't go saying things, you know, where other people speculate. They start to create rumors and then that reflects bad on Dooley, right? I don't know what it is with their relationship, but maybe miscommunication or maybe Dooley's not approachable. I have no idea. There I am, creating speculation.
Should players be allowed, or do they have the inherent right to express their feelings, their opinions, maybe even frustrations over social media? Well, let's say, you know, before like talking to the coach or talking to team management. Or should there be like a hardline policy, especially when you're running a team that, look, don't tweet anything unless we discuss it or unless you clear it by us or with us?
I think don't tweet, don't drink and tweet is this, you know, this is the same thing.
Right.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah,
It's like tweet responsibly.
Tweet responsibly. Diba? Minsan, you know, you're pissed. And then your phone is right there.
And then
It becomes the outlet for many people these days. You know, in fact, I had to ask a coach to stop coaching us because he tweeted something very unprofessionally. And so I had to ask him to leave. Like, you don't tweet those things about girls.
Because you saw it or someone like
Someone
told you about
screenshotted it. He took it down right away. But you know how savvy some people are.
screen grab ka agad. Huli ka.
Send it to the manager or the owner. I had to ask him to leave.
And you know, generally, everything that happens within the team
Right.
shouldn't come out of the team.
Yes.
But it's difficult, you know, when you have a national team that you have an all-star national team and they don't really have time to be together, and sometimes that's their only outlet to reach out to the team. It's a little bit difficult, but I'm not giving an excuse to some of the Ascals that may have done it. Mahirap lang, mas mahirap. Unlike when you have a club team or a professional team, every day magkasama kayo. So you can really express your emotions to each other every day. It's a little easier.
That's a very good point.
Woo! Thanks, Chard,
Chard. Wala na talaga si Chard.
Wala na.
Di pa nga niya nami-meet si Chard, di na niya kailangan ma-meet.
Hindi sila magkikita.
Hindi na sila
Iba na show ni Chard.
magkikita talaga. Okay, we'll take a short break. The primary reason why Amanda's here is, talk about their show. sports show. It's a legendary sports show, by the way. Game Plan. A lot of. We grew up watching Game Plan, and it's actually back, and Amanda's part of it, and she will tell us all about it when the Bro Show returns.
What do you think is ailing local football?
Well, politics.
Should athletes be endorsers?
Yes, why not?
Why did you refuse to be the Ascal's head coach countless times?
I've been there, done that. Too much politics, like I said. Like I posted one time a few days ago, coaching is a thankless job. With what's happening with Michael Weiss, we talked about it already before, personally, one-on-one, and I said, it happens. And I said, you should know that because you worked also somewhere in other countries as well. There's no such thing as a permanent job in coaching, in any sport.
Why do you say thankless?
Well, you're only as good as the wins.
And then that's it.
Plus, of course, there are other factors like disrespect, honor, honesty, and all of this. Because you're just a coach, you're not the manager. You're not the association, you're not the institution. So you, as a coach, you're just an employee. So you're as good only as the wins that you have.
And welcome back to the Bro Show.
Pag-break, mas masarap pa rin siya kasama kay Chard.
Hindi, wala na talaga. Actually, wala na. We'll have a farewell episode for Chard. Wala na. Hindi, wala. Goodbye. Wala na.
Oh, sige, at least may isa pa siyang...
Are you free to like be part of the Bro Show as in permanently?
What day is today? Tuesday 3? Yeah.
Whatever day you're free.
Just make sure you come on time, huh? It's one of the requirements here.
Does everybody know why we are an hour late?
They don't know that we're late.
Yeah.
They don't know that we're late. They won't find out. They won't find out. But anyway,
But you have to keep that within the Bro Show, huh? Ganyan
yeah,
yan.
don't say it.
Don't
We're a team.
things like that.
That's
We're a team now. We're a team now. Just keep it in house. Okay, Amanda is here to talk about the return of Game Plan. If you're a bro of a certain age, you will remember Game Plan. Came out on TV. Came out for many years, and a lot of talented people worked for that show, either in front of the camera or behind the camera. And then last year, I found out they were bringing it back, and then they had auditions, and one of the lucky applicants got in. It happened to be Amanda.
Wow,
Yay.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
A lot of people submitted their audition videos, but I actually didn't bother looking at who the competition was. I was very just hopeful that, well, if it was meant to be for me, it would be for me. And at that time, I mentioned in Sports Desk that I nearly failed to submit my audition video because I had relationship problems, like really bad relationship problems, and I submitted it. I uploaded it at 11:59, and the deadline was 12 midnight.
Wow.
So I was just like, please God, if I'm meant to be, if I'm meant to get this, I will get it, and I did. So
Right now, I'm torn between giving you a shoulder to cry on because of your relationship.
Last year,
Matagal na ba?
Matagal na, last
Alam
year.
ko kahapon lang, bro.
Last year pa yun, bro.
no, I'm definitely living the single life. So I'm really happy that everything turned out the way it did.
Okay, question, why?
What? Why is she single?
No, why did she?
Sorry.
Why did she?
Kasi parang narinig ko yung mga bro na nanonood when she said, I'm single. Wow! Narinig ko, bro. Dumaan yung mga laptop. Gumanon yung mga laptop.
Dumaan din yun ang gusto kong why, pero baka mapagalitan tayo.
Hindi ko alam.
Dito ako sa why.
Hindi ko alam pag-usapan natin, game plan o yung relationship natin.
So let's talk about game plan.
Okay, why did you submit your audition tape? Why this interest?
Because I am very passionate about sports, and moving back from the US, I wanted to develop sports in the country. I wanted to be in a position to influence different people. That sports is actually a very cool and a good thing to get into because you minimize the vices in your life. Being part of Game Plan, I can talk about my experiences that I've done over the years, whether it's cage diving with sharks in Africa or Hawaii or skydiving, all of these other experiences. I want to be able to relate it to a wider audience, and being part of Game Plan puts me in that position. So it's sharing my different passions, my interests, and I think people out there can see the authenticity in the way I present myself on camera, especially with things like Dragon Boat. One episode that they made me do is Dragon Boat. So I was paddling in Manila Bay at freaking, 6 a.m., swallowing all the water because I didn't know how to paddle. And, other people out there, when they see me, they'll be like, she'll never do that. Oh, I did it. Or like, Amanda will never jump off a hill and paraglide. I did it. Like all of these different things. And I want people to know how fun and exciting sports can be. And, it's great for one's lifestyle. You stay fit, you stay healthy, you create a very nice network. And Game Plan has always been about fun. And when they revived the show, it was April Fools of 2013. Like, it was just like a joke. Everyone was actually like, is this actually happening? Are you really reviving the show? And Jake and Pao did. And Game
That's
Plan.
Jake De Guzman and Paolo
Abrera.
Abrera. By the way, happy birthday kay Jake.
Happy birthday,
Well, happy birthday!
It's his birthday today. But
Today.
do you even were you able to watch your Game Plan from before? I mean,
Yes.
you're probably too young.
No, I was able to watch Game Plan on TV, Studio 23, because Trisha Chongbian is my cousin. She's my first cousin, and I used to watch her on TV, be like, what is she up to these days? And she looked like she was having a lot of fun, whether she was interviewing people about jiu-jitsu or karate or taekwondo. She was always smiling. But when I would see her in parties or like reunions, frankly, she's just not as excited. So I thought to myself, there must be something about Game Plan that's making her smile, no? Diba? Yeah.
When I see her, she don't look happy at all.
She's not asking me any questions. No, but I love Trisha. She's a role model. She's amazing. She's an amazing athlete. She's won the Ironman twice. She's very focused and dedicated in everything she does. And she's probably one of the biggest reasons why I decided to join Game Plan. Miss Georgette Tenko was the one who actually emailed me the link, and she's like, this is perfect for you. And Miss Georgette is a part of Solar. And when she told me that, I was like, oh, that's funny. Let me think about it, read what it's about, and submit my audition video. And, I'm here because of her link. So I wanted to thank her for that.
Speaking of the audition, I actually saw your the process that you guys went through.
Yeah.
And then I saw that moment, that historic moment when they announced the winners.
Yeah, I cried. Duh.
Yeah, that was my question. They were crying. She was crying after finding out that she made it. Why were you crying? Why were you in tears?
Oh my goodness, because during the finals, which was in Pico de Loro, they held the finals there. It was 2 solid days of activity, right? There was workshops, things that we had to do, interviewing producers or people we haven't met yet, and I bombed the interview section. Like, I did so well when they told us spiels, ganyan, like, I'm Amanda Fernandez and that's the game plan, like I got that down to the T. I practiced that in front of the mirror. But when it came
How many days did you practice that? Because that's long, huh? I mean,
mahirap yun, ha? That's the game plan. Mahirap yun, ha?
oh, mahal.
that's the game plan. No. That's the game plan. No, wait. That's the game. No. Several times. Different days. I had to practice my answers, especially for the interview. I was very nervous because the former hosts were there. Kiko Thompson, Paolo Abrera, Jake was there, and they were asking me all these questions in English and Tagalog. They wanted to make sure na marunong ako mag-Tagalog. So
kamusta yung Tagalog mo?
okay naman siya.
Ayos naman yung Tagalog.
Ayos yung Tagalog.
Ano,
Yeah.
dito lang sa bulsa ko sa likod, hindi ko masyado ginagamit. Nandyan lang yan.
Safekeeping.
So why the burst of emotion when you found out?
Because I didn't think I was going to get it. No matter what people told me, they see my audition video, and some people who auditioned actually messaged me on Facebook. They're like, I saw your audition video and I just want to wish you good luck, and guys and girls, they're like, you're totally perfect for it. I was like, weird, but thank you. I thank everyone who supported me throughout the process.
They're
and
just trying to jinx you.
Yeah, reverse jinx.
Not. At the very end, they're like, not.
Jinx na yun.
I bombed the interview portion. I was interviewing this girl named Yas, who's a producer for Triple Shot. And I was talking to her during dinner before the actual activity. And she told me all of these things about her. So I was like, perfect. I was paired with her for the exercise. Watch this, guys. I don't even need a script. So I was like, so what do you do? So I was like interviewing and, everyone was watching. She totally said something different. And so I was like, are you serious right now? My face, it's on camera, but my face is like, for real, you're not telling me what you just told me 20 minutes ago when we were having a chat. Remember that? Remember that chat? And I felt really bad after. I wanted to cry. So every time when Jake and everyone got together, they're like, okay, so the activity for tomorrow is like hiking. I was like this. I can't hide my reactions.
Bad trip ka na.
I can't hide my reactions no matter what. So I was like this. I really wanted to cry. I was like, and so I didn't expect to win. And when we went hiking, Ton, Mike Advincula, and myself, Ton also won, by the way. We went hiking. We hiked Mount Pico. Out of everyone who did the hike, the actual producer had a negative comment only about me because there was a Cloud9 freaking rapper on the way to the peak. Hindi ko pinulot.
Yun.
In fact, I was like, guys, I think we've reached Cloud9. Like, I made a joke pa talaga. And after I made that joke, I didn't pick it up. So they saw that and they're like, Amanda,
That's part of
the code is like, leave no trace. Eh, hindi ko naman Cloud9 yun, but yes, I should have picked it up. Instead of making a joke.
Wala na laman yung Cloud9. Kung may laman yung Cloud9, kukunin ni Amanda.
Naman yun. Leave a little bit for the others who are going to see the freaking rapper to pick it up and eat it. So I didn't know I was going to win. When Trisha, my cousin, pulled the hat and she's like, Amanda Fernandez, I was like jumping up and down again. Bad time for my relationship and, you know.
I have two shoulders, by the way.
Bro, bringing up ulit eh.
Bringing up ulit eh. May dalawa ka pa, four shoulders yan.
Para gusto pag-usapan talaga eh.
No.
So again, why?
Ano yung why? Why ano?
Why?
Why did she cry?
I was completely overwhelmed.
Mamaya may tanong pa tayo mamaya. But okay, so
the next break na lang.
How many like episodes have you done for Game Plan?
Me, I've done TRX, I've done paragliding, I've done dragon boat, and then there's another special coming up which I can't reveal, but you have to stay tuned for that.
Tapos it's all on YouTube.
It's on YouTube and Game Plan TV. The actual website is www.whatsyourgameplan.tv, but if you want to follow Instagram or Twitter, all that, it's Game Plan TV. Oh, and my host profile is out as well, which I think you guys should go check out.
Why should we check out your host profile?
Because it talks about
is your relationship status there? Parang Facebook lang eh.
Chine-check ko na nga ngayon.
Single. Hardest part of being a Game Plan host? The hardest part?
The hardest part about being a Game Plan host is probably not being fit enough for the challenge.
What?
That's it. Not being physically.
What? But you're already, like you said, you're already an athlete.
Yeah, that's why. But it can get sort of challenging. Like if you're thrown into a situation that you're not very comfortable with. For example, the triathlon in November that Jake is asking us co-hosts to do. I'm not a triathlete. I am a football player that I enjoy tennis and golf and all these other things. But when they put you in something like a triathlon, you're training for 3 different disciplines. That's biking, swimming, and running. So running, maybe I got that in the bag. Swimming, yes, but biking, come on, I don't bike. I know how to bike, but I don't bike X number of kilometers a day or a week to keep fit. I choose to do other things. But because I'm very competitive, I'm
still gonna do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but you're a natural athlete.
I will.
I think things will. I think the minute you decide. The minute you decide. Okay, I'm gonna do biking. I think you'll be able to do it.
Right.
Natural
it's a lot of mental preparation. But I mean, stepping out of your comfort zone is something that Game Plan loves to do to us hosts because it really shows how authentic our reactions are when we're placed in that situation. So over time, we're going to train with a coach and they're going to have GoPros and everything. And whether I cry again or like rock out in biking, like, oh, I didn't know I could bike so fast. I don't know. It's all gonna be on camera. They're gonna show that journey.
Okay, now you can take out the trainer wheels.
Now, can I get sponsored?
Oh, you have the best guys like training you. If Jake and Paolo,
precisely. But if you were in my situation, wouldn't you feel a tad bit pressured? Or Trisha is like amazing. Like if I can't live up to her triathlon status, like what does that? I think it's a lot of mental.
The difference sa ating tatlo, the two of you are natural athletes.
Thank you.
I mean, this guy, believe it or not, I mean, he used to play professional basketball.
There it is.
As he mentioned, he used to play football also when he was growing up.
MFL.
I was never an athlete. I was never a varsity athlete.
But now you are.
No.
Yes, yes.
No,
The bro code states,
No,
bro
no.
code number 1 is you have to play a sport.
No, I am not an athlete, even if I've done 2 marathons. I did my first ever race.
Yeah.
I did the Vios Cup. So I was a race car driver for
great.
for a month. I'm doing swimming now. I'm biking also.
But he's not an athlete.
But I'm not an athlete.
Yeah, those don't count as sports.
He's just the mascot of all those sports.
Yeah.
No,
Just a face.
seriously, I do not think I have that competitiveness. I'm not competitive. I do it for the experience. So let's say when I joined my first ever marathon, I wasn't out there trying to place, like get a podium finish. I was just out there to experience it and finish. That's it. I don't care if I'm like.
You don't care if someone passes you by?
No, I don't care.
You're like, go
Best
ahead.
excuse ever.
No, seriously, I don't. There were 2 lolas. Okay, in my first ever marathon, there were 2 lolas who passed me, and they looked like they were going to Salcedo Sunday Market.
Oh wow, there it is.
I had my gear on, and 2 lolas passed me. At first, it hurt, but after a while, since my thighs were already hurting, I said, you know what, I'm not that competitive.
Yeah.
So even during when I did the race car driving thing, I feel I'm more after the experience than winning. So I think that's what separates, let's say, you from me. You're out there and you will try to win.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna believe you if you say, oh no, I'll be happy to just.
And you can see it in my reaction. If I'm like, I don't want to win. Like
no one's gonna believe you.
No one will.
No one's gonna believe you. So this game plan thing, I mean, is this sort of like is this an ultimate goal, or is this a stepping stone for bigger things?
I don't know where I'll end up, to be honest, but the fact that I'm already part of Game Plan and I'm getting this many compliments from people, from friends or people who don't even know what the show's about, and they're very excited to see my experiences, I'm already very happy. I just want to be in that position to influence people and, continue my soccer, continue managing my team. But, if there's an opportunity to be somewhere else where I can influence people more, then I'll be very open to it. All about sports development. That's why I'm creating my sports complex, which
Magkaka-sports complex siya, bro. It is the Amanda Fernandez Sports Arena. Oh, no. Yeah. Amanda Fernandez Sports Arena.
Hindi lang yan parang goal lang na kinabit sa...
Hindi, dude, this is a real thing, bro. It's how big is this place when it's done?
Well, the entire warehouse has a leasable area of 9,500 square, but I'm going to start with around 2,000 to 3,000 square meters. I'll have artificial turf, a futsal area with Decoflex, and then a little plyo area on the side, and a room for people that love suspension training and MMA, all these things. Pole dancing, perhaps?
I want to go there.
Pole dancing. You had me at pole dancing.
That was at the end. So I had them at the end.
We should do an ocular.
An ocular inspection.
Of the pole.
So you're gonna
Ocular of the pole.
And then
how
obviously
generous.
your football team, Sikat FC,
Will practice there.
Will be
practice there.
practicing
That'll be the part of their home field.
Yeah, it's the number one expense as an owner of a team is field.
Because you have to pay, you have to rent, and you have to.
Yeah.
So now if you own your own field, then you don't have to
They
pay.
paid me to play.
Swerte po naman, binabayaran mo sarili mo.
Naglalaro nga din siya eh.
Bayaran.
Player.
Should charge
owner.
yourself higher.
Diba?
I should charge myself higher.
Okay,
No.
so game plan. So you do a lot of like different radical things. What's that one thing that you hope that you'll be able to do? Something that you've never done before.
Cage diving with the great whites in the Great Barrier Reef, because those beasts are supposed to be like phenomenally huge. I went in Cape Town and that was cool, but the Great Barrier Reef.
You did
Ang daming
Hawaii.
stories eh.
You did Hawaii as well,
I
right?
did Hawaii, but those
Which
were
one is-
Galapagos sharks, and I mean the water was clear, much clearer than the one in Africa, and there were about 40 sharks circling the cage. So that was an experience. Whereas in Africa, it was like 3 great white sharks. You couldn't really see them, and then you would see them, and then you wouldn't. So it was very
Because
terrifying.
the water's dark.
It's murky, and the waves were huge waves, and the water was freaking cold. Duh, but. Like, I was so excited to be there. I was one of the first to go underwater, like hold the cage, and the current was really strong, so my feet would be flailing. I'm like, keep it inside. I have to focus on different, yeah. And they're wild sharks, huh? They're not like the butandings here that you're like, oh, butanding, but
They're not trained.
no, they're not. Actually. Yeah, no, they're not. or when they hear the
And you don't
propeller,
get-
they just show
and
up.
you
No,
don't-
they're not like that. You have
you
to
don't-
freaking chum the water. You have to chum the water.
It's all over.
Yeah. You have to attract those guys to come there.
So you're saying, and this is just for my personal knowledge, and of course the people that are watching. If you're gonna cage dive,
yeah.
the best place would be Australia. The one
I've
in
never
South Africa,
tried-
not so nice.
South Africa was amazing. Hawaii was also amazing, but I haven't tried Australia yet, which I want to. There are so many stories of shark attacks in Australia. Don't you think they have like an abundance of sharks? I want to check it out. Like, I really want to check it out.
So parang yun yung goal mo, makagat ka ng pating.
Yeah, lose an arm or something and tell people.
You don't surf. You don't do
I
anything
do.
in the water.
No, I do. I wakeboard, I surf.
Okay. And that doesn't freak you out? Because that's like number one.
Yeah, no? No.
What freaks you out?
Sharks.
Labo to, bro.
Maybe not freak me out.
Kaya pala nagka-relationship problem to eh. Hindi ko maintindihan.
Ako rin, hindi ko maintindihan.
No, okay, maybe I'm intrigued by sharks, but I don't think it really freaks me out.
Okay na rin siya.
Para ka rin, no? Anong ayaw mong kainin? Ayoko ng ice cream. O sige, anong order natin? Ice cream. Labo, kaya pala ano eh. Status is... So, is there a relationship between Game Plan and you being single? Kasi ever since you joined Game Plan, you've been single.
I don't know. What do you mean, like a relationship? How do I
You said
even
that you were
answer
having a
that?
relationship, di ba? Sabi niya, she was having relationship problems
Before she joined. Yeah. That's why she joined.
And then she joined, di ba?
Well, at that time, like my ex was very, the ex at that time was like very insecure. He didn't like the fact that I was doing all of these things, that I was doing like commercials and I was auditioning to be the next Game Plan host. And then when I won it, it just, you know.
Oh, that was the same process. That was the same ex.
Yeah. He did not like the fact that I owned my team. I mean, at the start, he was very supportive. And then all of a sudden, he became like one big ball of insecurity.
What is it, clingy? Ganyan, manang...
Yeah, he...
Text mo yung gato, mga ganun.
Yeah, no, or like,
Text mo
come
yung-
straight to my apartment after practice.
ganun.
Like, I couldn't hang out with my teammates. I couldn't even get them to sign an
Parang
attendance
he was
sheet.
getting jelly na with stuff that you were doing.
Yeah.
Parang you spending too much time with your players. or
Right.
With your activities.
Yeah, be home by 8:30. Practice ends at 8. Be home at 8:30. And very just unhealthy in general. So when I got back I actually traveled to Brazil with him, and then in January went to Turkey with my family after. And when I moved back, that's when like we parted ways. But he was still in Brazil at that time, and then my career just like took off from that point on.
Ouch. Aray. Aray. Bro,
Si Rory, saka si Caroline.
My career took off when when we separated. So since then, you've been single.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not after the show. Because you're gonna get a lot of tweets. You see the
Yeah, we've been flashing your.
Right
there you
there.
go. You're gonna get like I don't know.
And you
I
know
don't know,
her-
like 2,000 new
Bro,
followers.
her picture, profile pic.
Yeah.
Parang madre lang. Parang madre lang.
May pictures siya sa Twitter, di ba? Yung nakaganon. Parang nag-workout lang siya eh. Yung I don't know kung...
Hindi na yung profile. Di ba yun yung profile pic?
Yung may profile pic niya.
Yes,
Yung parang nagsistretching lang.
Oh,
Yeah.
parang madre lang.
Very conservative. Yeah.
Parang nagdadasal lang.
That was for men's health.
Oh, that was the one.
That was for
I'm sure,
the men's
like,
health.
I'm sure all
August
the,
2014
I'm sure the
issue.
AC nuns, when they saw them,
They probably don't even recognize
it's little
me.
Amanda.
They're not even supposed to be watching TV. You're supposed to be praying. You're supposed to be praying.
Can you imagine?
Assumption tart. Oh my God, cover your bodies.
Kumain ka nito para may fat ka naman.
Yung guava jam.
It's so good.
Yeah, bitin nga yung jam. Anyway, so final questions for Amanda before we let her go.
Isip ako muna. Kasi, why?
Why pa rin,
bro?
Why?
Pa rin? Why?
I could talk about my most challenging.
What are you looking for? What are you looking for in a guy who is fit to be Amanda's soulmate?
Yeah.
Basahin mo naman yung Men's Health 2014.
Oh, is it there?
It's there. The premise. I mean, the reason why they actually featured me is for dating advice and like what it's like to date someone like me. And my answer is still the same. You have to be completely secure with yourself if you want to be with
Secure
If you
ka?
agree with me.
Okay lang ba? Sure ako. Secure naman ako. Bakit?
No, because you're parang that
was one of the main
stems
issues.
from your
Yeah.
issues before.
Oh my God, it's horrible. And I never like to impose myself on my partner. I always like to be fair, and I'm very giving as a person. And when he's not secure with himself, I think he feels the need to like take, and it's not healthy.
And it's not gonna work for Amanda Fernandez. It's never gonna work.
It's not gonna work. I've learned my lesson.
And just on sports generally, and other things like thrill-seeking things. You already mentioned cage diving in Australia.
Yes.
What are the other things? And also sports spectacles that you need to see before you die.
I would love. Well, it's hard. I would say watching a professional football game in Europe.
Regardless, the Spain in
I love Barcelona. They're like my favorite football team. So I would love. And I've been to
pwede
Barcelona.
tayong manood,
twice
bili mo
there.
lang ang ticket. But I'm secure with myself,
Are you? Sure.
Hindi clingy to, bro. Hindi yan clingy.
Sabay lang ako eh. Kaya, a nice UEFA Champions
Yeah.
League game or
Yeah.
a local game or a league game.
watch the finals of the next World Cup. I would love to do that. I just didn't want to go to Brazil this last time because they're pretty crazy when it comes to football. Football's a religion for them. And when I was there in January, every single person plays football. If the streets are like this, they're still running up and down. There's your goal. This is my goal. And the ball wasn't even a ball anymore.
Yeah, it was
And
whatever they can kick
whatever they
around.
can kick, that's semi-round. And they had this one story earlier this year where the players, the referee stabbed a player 3 times. Player dies. Fans from the stands come down with the same knife, beheads the referee, cuts the arms out, the legs, and then puts the head on a stake. I mean, how barbaric is that? So I was like, World Cup in Brazil? Hell to the no, not happening. So let's go to Europe, let's go to Spain, you know. And I love Barcelona. Ronaldinho is like my idol. So
Go to the one in Qatar, right?
No, apparently women are not supposed to, like, even in Turkey when I was there, I could have watched a game, but they said like the women are not allowed to be in the football, or I'll come out pregnant. That's what the taxi driver said. You can't go there, you'll come out pregnant. I was like, why this discrimination? Come on, I'll dress as a dude, no one will even know.
Guys are not secured there. Hindi sila papasa dito, bro. Okay, why don't you invite all the bros to check out Game Plan on YouTube and on the site?
For all of you that were intrigued by this conversation, I invite everybody to watch Game Plan. It's on www.whatsyourgameplan.tv. Or if you want to check out the Instagram, the Twitter, it's on Facebook, it's Game Plan TV.
And what about ask them to follow you on Twitter?
As well as your upcoming
magazine?
No, the sports.
The sports complex.
Oh, the sports complex is going to be located on Pioneer Street in the warehouse. I haven't figured a name out, but most likely it will be
the Bro Show Sports Complex.
The Bro Show Sports Complex.
It's not naming rights.
Naming rights right there. And my Twitter is afernandez10, like the number 10, and my Instagram is amandafernandez10.
And watch for the picture niya na conservative.
Yeah, para madre lang nagdadasal.
If you wish to buy Men's Health this month, you can see me praying this way.
Di ba stretching eh. Yung sinend mo sa akin, yung sa Viber.
Yan!
Sabi mo, di ba? Bro, tignan mo to. Di ba? Yung stretching siyang ganun.
It's the third bro in the Bro Show.
Yes, and we're so happy that you're here. We're so happy.
Thank you
for having me. I had a blast.
Amanda. No, I hope you had a great time, and well, we hope you find that non-clingy guy soon. Yeah. The secure, non-clingy bro. Hopefully.
Thank you.
Soon.
Thanks.
More power to you,
Thank
and to Game Plan.
Apply na sa Twitter ni Amanda.
Twitter bro. Easy lang sa pag-stalk Easy lang. Thank you everyone for joining the Bro Show. We'll be back next week. Thank you, bros. Bye.
Thanks for watching the Bro Show, bro.
The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.